Hey, you're not zooming in, are you? Because I look much younger the more you zoom out.
Yeah. Mike Stiles came on. He knew Del and Bob. I didn't know Mike at the time. And so he was on board in the beginning as well. And we put together our first show, which was more of a variety show at that time.
And then it took like 11 years to get the first show ready. It probably wasn't 11 years. The show lasted 11 years. The actual show was 11 years. It took us about a year to get ready. So
it was the four of us plus Allison Fleming, Mike McCula, who was a writer at the, and he was on stage as well, and Sharon Kane.
Jen, why don't you like Kenny Alfonso? Why did you leave him out? He was there too.
But it was a variety show, so we also had clowns and magicians, and I think there was a musical number, I can't remember, a stand-up.
I honestly didn't think we were ever going to do the first show. I mean, I really didn't, because we were going to rehearsal, and I thought we were just having fun, and this wasn't really going to be a show, right? You know, we're not really going to do this in a theater in front of people.
I'd been in bands, like I'd played music and stuff like that, so like being on stage was not uncomfortable, but at the time I'd never done any kind of, like the only thing I'd ever done like that was like public speaking class in college, which I failed.
We rented a space at Stage Door Players, and it was just a weekend. I think it was either 2 or 3 nights. We hadn't even run the whole show before opening night. And so we really had no idea how long it was.
And then we actually did, and right after that experience, I quit and moved to Cincinnati.
Got there, opening night, the show was almost 3.5 hours.
We wound up moving back, and I got re-engaged with Sketchworks. And I don't know, you don't think about, gee, how long is this gonna last? You know, it's almost like just getting to the next show was the goal. If there was going to be another show, then that was a victory unto itself. Because we really got the machine rolling, we got to where we could do these shows and get them up and running, you know, in fairly short order.
It was a successful show. People had a really good time, but we learned a lot of lessons.
Shortly after I started with Sketchworks, I started pursuing stand-up comedy, which is what I do now, but I was new to both of them at the time. But I feel like the time when I was outside of Sketchworks, I was in a much more brutal and unforgiving stand-up comedy environment. So Sketchworks was a lot friendlier and a lot more family style than what I was getting in coffee shops and comedy clubs and being berated by audiences, where we had very friendly audiences most of the time at Sketchworks.
And the model just continued to evolve after that. That was the only time we had variety groups, and we became more just strictly sketch after that. And we did keep the live music for a long time, and then the stand-up, we kept that as well. But we lost the magicians and the clowns. So.